In New World, elite mobs have a greater chance of dropping loot, and the level of the elite mob determines what watermark of gear score that they can drop to you. So I set out to find the best possible spot. So I wanted the spot that fulfills my criteria. One, it has to be easily doable. I don't want a stressful experience, so preferably something I could solo or duo, and ideally have it be a breeze with a small group of people. Two, I want the respawn time to be short, because there are elites in the game that takes 5 to 6 minutes to respawn, and the efficiency will go way down because of it. Three, I want them to drop a decently high watermark. So in this case, I found something that drops 562 watermark, and the respawn time is 1 minute. That turned out to be just exactly what I'm looking for. So instead of just telling you that this is the best spot, I went out and farmed for 11 hours and 6 minutes, recorded all my gear upgrades, and I wanted to give you the conclusion, so you can decide for yourself if this is the best spot for you. But first, I'm going to show you how to get to this spot. The mob in question is here, in Eden Grove. The best way to get to him is to teleport to the shrine. It's the Blighted Shrine, and there is no shortcuts up this mountain, so unfortunately you're going to have to run all the way around, follow the road in order to get up here. Another note is that this whole area is a landmark. So if you want to place down a camp, the closest you can do is all the way down here. So, and I recommend if this is your first time here, you place down a camp, because this might get a little dangerous if you're not prepared to fight him. The actual fight is relatively simple once you get up there. This mob is entirely soloable, but there's one thing you should keep in mind. On the way up, there might be some dangerous archers, but there is a way to get to the temple and him directly without fighting anyone on the stairways. So as you get up here in the spot as you get up here in the spot, you run behind the temple to this side. While it is possible to jump out both sides, this is the easier way to do it. As you can see, this spot has the elites. There's 2 chests here, and you can loot right here. And I will fight the next spawn to show you that he's not that hard. And there's already someone here who's soloing it. I was soloing it earlier. The spawning spot is the shrine up here, and he's only on a 1 minute respawn timer. He will respawn with a random resistance, and all you have to do is DPS him down. He doesn't have that much HP, so duoing him is extremely easy, and you can also solo him if you're a melee class that's easy to solo with, or a mage class who can just dodge around. Then he doesn't really have that many dangerous attacks to watch out for, but I will go over them just in case. So this boss will drop poison puddles on the ground, and you should sidestep them if possible. And the biggest damaging AoE he does is this one. The ground lights up and he shoots spikes directionally out. Another thing to watch out for is that there will be an archer that spawns right here. You want to be out of sight if you're soloing, because he will come and aggro you. So you just want to stand behind a pillar or stand far enough towards the fire that the archer won't target you. So somewhere around here will be safe, but if you were to hover around this area, you will get targeted. So if you are at a class that wants to just solo him, be somewhere around here or be right on top of him. So the following log is the data I collected over the course of 11 hours. Hopefully you find this informative. To let you know what I used, I actually wore a full set of rarity gear. Most of the pieces I actually found throughout farming, but I started out with roughly 2.3% rarity on each of the pieces. That shouldn't affect the watermarking, but it should have gotten me more purple drops. So that's something that you might be interested in. So this is a data set of my starting gear score. They started out middling around 530, some of them as low as 515, but throughout the farm I managed to upgrade it all the way to close to 550, and some of them even almost 560. As for the hatchet, I managed to get multiple pieces at 559, so my theory is that this mob doesn't drop above that. But if you have seen it and you have proof, like a picture or something where it dropped higher than 559, please do comment or send it to me. I would love to see the data and adjust my findings accordingly. So overall, I got 37 weapon mob upgrades during my farm. As for the armor upgrades, I started out decently high in armor. So I started out, as you can see on the left side, and over the course of 11 hours, I managed to upgrade to 562 for multiple pieces, and 36 armor upgrades over the course of 11 hours. So I did make a special note in that even a couple hours in, I already hit 559 for this this zone. So some of this data might be skewed because I believe even just 4 hours or so in, I hit the cap for some of these gear pieces. So if you were starting at the lower gear score, this would be a much higher number. In fact, when I asked around the party that was with me, I managed to assemble a 5-man party, and that's generally the consensus I got, is that they started out, 2 of them were fresh level 60s, and the upgrades they were getting was much more than I did. One of them farmed for 7 hours and managed to get most of their pieces to 540 to 550 range. So it definitely seemed to slow down as you approach the maximum of 562 for armor. And this is something else you might be interested in. What I got overall. So on average, I got 6.6 upgrades per hour. I got 116 Azov per hour. I calculated this by coming here with 0 Azov and then calculating when it filled up completely. So it was 8 hours and 36 minutes into my farm. I got 12 infused health potions per hour, 6 infused mana potions per hour, 2 infused regeneration potions per hour, and 1.6 vials of Azov per hour. It's 18 vials starting with 8, 3 Firefox per hour, 3 legendary materials per hour. And just to show you how many legendary and what legendaries I got is lease. So that's quite a bit. And I always carry around 8 vial Azov with me. That's why you see 26 here. And yeah, all these I got from just farming this elite for 11 hours. And right now there's really not much use for these, so I don't know if this will be a good money farm. And I'm not gonna clickbait you by saying, oh my god, multiple legendaries per hour, but you get my point. Also, from looting the chest, I got a decent amount of tier 5 crafting materials. Sometimes I come down and grab the lightning beetle, but not always. Managed to get 5 schematics, but the important data is what's on the right, and throughout the process I got some gear upgrades as well. So I hope you found this video helpful. As you can probably tell from my trade skills, I really enjoy New World, and I enjoy just finding the most mathematically efficient method to maxing each skill. And I have a lot of experiences to share, so if you're interested in those, please let me know in the comments, and I would love to make some more videos when I get the chance. I've tried to look for so many resources in New World, and so much of it is just regurgitated information or leveling methods that are eye-catching but makes no sense whatsoever. So I would hopefully, having gone through the actual grind, the information I can give you is actually accurate and will be the most helpful. So thank you so much for watching, and this is that Yi Guy. Have a great day.